guys? It's your boy, Zawoki, back at it with another Chris Watts video. And I can't believe this whole time that I haven't even watched this private investigator in a jailhouse call with Chris of him literally saying that he wants to get out. And I'm just like, well, I don't care what you want, but I want to actually watch it genuinely with my reaction while you guys are watching at home. And we're going to be watching Midnight Rabbit Hole, another great YouTube channel that I definitely do enjoy. The audio is coming from that channel. So go over there, subscribe, comment, like, and share. You know the deal. Link is in the description. But Chris Watts wants out of prison, the jailhouse call with a private investigator. I think it's funny that this man thinks he is going to get out ever. There's rumors and speculations that this man thinks that after 25 years, he's going to be able to get out. He did file for a 35C. What was it? Was it a year or a couple years after the murders had taken place, which was denied. The man literally has 3 life sentences plus 45 years for unlawful termination of a baby. So he is right where he needs to be, but somebody needs to accompany him, but that's not this video. So with that being said, before we go any further, make sure you guys are subscribed by hitting that wiper icon down the bottom right. Hit that bell icon next to it, so when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification. That's Wookie myself has posted that video. And then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, I thank you guys so much for the love and support that you guys show on my channel. I am truly blessed to have all of you guys. Keep on doing what you guys are doing, and then do the exact same thing over to Midnight Rabbit Hole. They're getting closer and closer to 9K, so go give them some love. And with that being said, let's get into the video. All right, so I did max volume on the YouTube video and my PC, and I added closed captioning. So let's take a look.
I just want to get out of here.
Chris Watts is currently serving 5 life sentences in prison, plus an additional 84 years.
So it was 3.
Despite his crimes taking place in Colorado, he is incarcerated in a maximum security prison in Wisconsin.
Which, I still don't know why, somebody, I'm not going to mention names, mentioned that Chris Watts was transferred. So a lot of people are like, Zwokey, you didn't do your research. Like, there's no research to look at. Like, I put in there that he was potentially transferred. I didn't, so I apologize for that one. But he's still in Wisconsin. I don't know why somebody was mentioning that he went to Illinois, but he is right where he needs to be. He needs to stay in the maximum security prison. Doesn't need to go anywhere else. So,
Given his sentence without the possibility of parole, Chris Watts will never leave jail.
yes.
The district attorney agreed to eliminate the death penalty in exchange for his guilt.
Stop giving these guys that murder families or are pedophiles or the RAPE people, they need to be put on death row. Again, there's a discrepancy in the air because some people believe that, yeah, death penalty, great. But then some people don't believe in it because it's not our right to decide their execution. But again, this man annihilated his whole family, yet he gets to live and enjoy the company of his family on phone calls, visits. The Rusaks can't do that. So,
Guilty plea. A source in connection with Watts, since his incarceration, told People magazine that he lives a bleak life.
good.
He spends 23 hours a day in lockdown, and his
Okay.
quality of life is extremely low. The source added that Watts is constantly haunted by his past and the mistakes he has made. Former inmates have described how unpopular Watts is in prison due to the horrific nature of his crimes.
Good.
According to former inmate Eddie Neves, Watts is a target, and the other inmates strongly dislike him. Neves told New York Post, "When you're in prison with a lot of guys who did really bad things, but you're still considered the worst person there, you're just evil. If the guards weren't always around, everyone would take a swing at him. Because of the hatred towards him, it's believed Chris Watts lives in constant fear, so he keeps to himself." Watts was transferred to the Wisconsin prison for security reasons and remains there to this day. He is housed in the general prison population and is allowed to exercise once or twice a day from Monday to Friday. According to an inmate visitation history document, Anna Nowak is one of Watts' approved visitors at Dodge Correctional Institution in Wisconsin. She visits almost weekly and was turned away in April 2019 for exceeding the maximum number of visits per day. Watts is said to have received letters from multiple women over the years, feeding his ego and giving him something to do. He has become a self-proclaimed man of God and keeps a Bible in his cell. Despite the horrific nature of his crimes, Watts continues to hold on to hope that he will one day get out.
He still has pictures of them in his jail cell. He reads to them. He acts as though if he's a victim of this crime itself. Like somebody came in and murdered his family and he was the sole survivor. And he still thinks that that's how it is. He still thinks he's a father. He still thinks he's a husband. He ain't any of that. He's just plain old Jane or plain old Joe Schmo, Chris Watts, a nobody.
Out of prison. He states in the following phone call with a private investigator and his girlfriend Anna that he knows God has a plan for him.
Oh, it is an official girlfriend. I didn't know if it was like they were just talking. So he gets to have relationships. Wow.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Not too bad. Thanks for taking the call.
Yeah, is it just you, or is Anna on also?
I'm here too.
All right, cool. All right, so just talk to me. I don't want to be the one monopolizing the conversation. So tell me.
Anna, you're better than this. Come on.
Tell me what you want to know from me, or just tell me what's on your heart.
I'd like to know who this private investigator is.
So, just going into law library as much as I have, I see a lot of cases. I've heard a lot of cases around here, guys. I've seen a lot of cases where, the DA or the judge have had a lot of misconduct, but the judge has ruled, say, well, it's not egregious enough, or it's not that, that wow factor enough to really, sway in the defendant's favor. Now, I'm looking at the things that I know. I mean, I've never dealt with a law before, with all this. I mean, I'm winging it in the law library as I am. And, God directed me through little things like, through the poisonous tree, the Brady law, and different cases that, just they pop out of nowhere, but I know if God is putting it in front of me, and I see all these things that relate to my case, I just don't know, how to frame this, where, like when I do this 35C, I've had this paperwork with me for probably a couple months, and I know I only have a year left to appeal some of those Class B and C felonies at a 3-year limit and a 2-year
Which the appeal was denied. Yes.
limit, and I really want.
I think it's ridiculous that we have Team Chris. Chris is innocent. Love him. So cute. Hashtag want to throw up multiple times. Hashtag slap myself in the face. Like, what are we doing?
I want to figure this out where I can do it in the right time frame, but also not rushing anything. And I just want to get out of here. I want to get. I know that God has a plan for me, and it's not to be in prison right now, but not stay here. Because He brought me here for a reason. But He also wants me to do something on the outside.
God didn't bring you to jail. You have free will. He put himself in jail.
I know I just can't sit here and just wait. I know there's waiting, doing nothing, and there's waiting that seeking an action verb. That's what I'm doing. But I also want to know what action to take.
This man's gonna be waiting an awful long time.
I have no intellect when it comes to the law, but I know He can teach me, and that's what I'm just waiting for. Things to fall into place. I just don't know how to do it.
Who is he?
I got you.
He's talking about God.
And you don't have the benefit of an attorney that is in your hip pocket.
Yeah, because he fired them all.
So to speak.
That's why I was told.
Okay. I've got a couple attorneys here I can talk to that can maybe help get some good results, get some good advice for you in terms of forms and what to say, things like that. That's not going to be an overnight process for me to, get the results we want. It's going to take some time, but I'm not saying overnight, but I am saying maybe several days or a week or so. So let me see what I can do along those lines. Because I know you're in a tough spot, and it's how do you know how to do something when you don't know what it is you need to do? So it's tough. So I get it.
It's trial by error thing, but I know with the law, it's like, all right, you're gonna run into certain things where the motion's gonna get denied, or like whatever I write down, the judge might think, well, that's not what you're claiming isn't enough to go back to. You're not warranted a trial. You're not warranted to have this appeal granted. Denied. Kind of like, well, what do I do then?
Yeah.
He seems to talk different. Like, how he's very quiet, cautious, and so forth. But when he's talking to this guy, he's just like diarrhea of the mouth.
And I don't want to get disheartened when that happens. I know it'll probably happen at some point, but not all motions are all appealed or granted right off the bat. That's why I want to make sure I write this the right way. When it goes there, they see like, oh well, like, do I put everything down that I know, or just like, I don't want to put everything down so they know everything that I'm on,
Well, okay. Let me address a couple things in what you just said. First of all, you live in a closed society now. Every door is shut in your face. You cannot go from one. You go to one wall, you can't go further. You got to turn to your left, you can't go any further. So you know what I'm saying? You're in this perpetual this room with no door, so you cannot get through. You got that? You understand that? What I'm trying to say? So your world is controlled. You hear the word no probably more than you hear the word yes in that system. So one thing you need to be very accustomed to is being denied, being turned down, being told no.
Get used to it.
Yep.
Okay. Now, some people will lose hope very, very quickly because everywhere they turn, every time they talk to someone, they're hearing things they don't want to hear. They're being told no. You can't do this. You can't have that. You can't go here. You can't go there. Your
dog.
Whatever legal action you're trying to do.
Attorney calls may be monitored and recorded.
Whatever you're trying to do, you're always being told no. What you can't do is allow yourself to lose hope. Don't take no for an answer. And don't give up the first time you're told no. You understand?
Yeah.
So the key in all this is you got to be strong. You got to be physically strong. You got to be mentally strong. And you've got to understand that, you know what? You're the underdog, but underdogs can win. They can be a
This underdog is not winning.
dog in the fight. So I want you to get this attitude that no matter what you do, we're not going to take no for an answer. They tell us no, we're going to try again. They tell us no again, we're going to try again. You've just got to keep persevering and don't lose hope, okay? Because I tell you what, you lose hope, you lose your life. All right?
He's already lost his life.
So just keep a positive attitude about all that, and don't take any steps back. Just keep moving forward, even if it's a
He can't really move forward. He's pretty stuck.
Small step. Move forward and not backward. Okay.
Okay. Just like in my devotional today, it was Esther. It was a door Pope, and the Lord was speaking to Esther, and she was saying to the Lord, I've led you to the wilderness, but I will plant in that wilderness vineyards. If you go through the valley of Kor, which is the valley of trouble, I will put a door of hope. But even though you're in a wilderness, you're going to plant vineyards in that wilderness. So you're in the valley of trouble, there's going to be a door of hope in that trouble.
That's great. Well, I'm proud of you. Good job. Keep that up. Keep your nose in that book too.
I will.
Yeah.
So, Chris, what were you saying before we got cut off about when he asked? I can't remember what it was, but you were talking about the evidence and your confession that wasn't true.
Well, I just know that.
Which one? Because he had two.
Like, I've never experienced anything like this before. Like, from the tragedy that happened, from the law enforcement to the interrogation, the jail, the prison, all this was new. All this was new. And I know that even though I've never had something like this happen before, I knew the shock and the trauma was there in my mind. I didn't know how to process it. Every question that they asked me, I was just agreeing with them and just going along with what they said because I was like, well, I guess we had to tell them something. And even when they came here to prison and interrogated me, they were in the street clothes acting like they were just talking to me when in retrospect they were actually interrogating me again. And I know for a fact that, that interrogation and I used because they were here in Wisconsin that they're all Colorado based. So all that is like null and void.
So is he saying literally that instead of the one in the second confession, he has a third confession? An actual confession, as he wants to say? Is that what I'm hearing?
So they're going to try to use all this stuff against me. But I know that from that interrogation to the first one, that all that was like a coercive type psychological intimidation of someone that, had never been in that situation before. And they just use that to their advantage.
Well, Chris, what you witnessed firsthand is is a game. It's like getting back to the old
cat and mouse
biblical days where you've got the big Roman soldier in the pen with the little guy, and you're fighting for your life, and you don't know what to expect, but that's a terrible analogy, and I'm sorry, but I'm just saying, you just didn't know what was going on, and it's a game.
He didn't know what was going on. I'm pretty sure that this private investigator is literally just wanting to tell him what he wants to hear to see if he says anything. I could be wrong, but it's just because he's literally trying to like bump Chris up like a bit. Like, I'm so proud of you. You're doing great. Keep on going. Like something you would tell your kids. Like you just want to see them succeed. So you like tell them what they want to hear so that hopefully they do it. But Chris is on the spectrum of they want to tell him and up him in the way of you're doing great, you want to whatever have you. So he feels like he has friends in his corner, so he's willing to like expose and say, "Hey, there is more to this story, but I want to tell just you because I trust you." He's going to get that trust from Chris, but who knows?
That's what I tell so many people. This is a game that they're playing. You are the prey. They're the hunter. You're the prey. And they've got you exactly where they want you. And they're going to get, most times they're going to get what they want. Because you know what? They keep you for hours. They deprive you of your basic needs. And as every second that you're with them in that chair and they're bearing down on you, your mind is actually deteriorating. Your mind is
Can it deteriorate if it's already gone? Because Chris, I don't think has any.
Is playing games against you, and that's why we have so many times where people give confessions for things that they just did not do, and it's because you know what? They want to get out of there. They want to just tell them what they need to know, what they're asking, what they're interested in, so they can get out and go home. Well, you know what? The thing, guess what doesn't happen? They don't go home.
Tell us about NK. I bet that would help us, not you, but
and their life is forever changed. So it's
And was like after I told them what they wanted to hear, then they offered me food.
Exactly.
They offered him food.
So strange. But the thing I know, like where you're talking about playing a game, is when the CBI agent and the FBI agent, like when the CBI approached the woman, when she like questioned me for hours, and then after those hours of interrogation, she puts me on a polygraph. And then I'm like, exhausted at this point. And then after that, like, I'm sitting in there alone, and I hear them.
So let's give Chris what he wants. Let them interrogate him and say his confession. Give him some sleep. Then do the polygraph. The man's not going nowhere. So let's do it again. Let's take it to trial. Let's do it. Let's give him what he wants.
The film intercom doesn't pick it up. I hear that outside the door, the FBI agent comes up, oh, how did you do? And she said, oh, he did pretty good, but I think we get some more out of him. And they come in with this game face saying, okay, you lied. I'm thinking to myself, wait, I thought she just sounded pretty good. And I didn't question about it. I just believe what she said and they said I made it.
So he can remember all of that from the interrogation of what he heard from Tammy, but he couldn't remember the 111-minute phone call?
But I know for a fact she said, he did pretty good, but I think we get some more out of him. I'm just like, I'll only think about this stuff way after it happens.
All right, Chris, Chris, that's a little game, and I can tell you for a fact that they did not administer the polygraph in the proper way. You should have been on the top of your game, mentally, physically, spiritually, when they gave you that polygraph. You should have had a good night's rest. You should have before they gave you that polygraph. So I don't trust the polygraph. I don't trust the results, and they use that as a hammer over your head to scare you, because the polygraph scares everyone because of its reputation. We can talk more about that later.
What if they ever do?
Well, thank you for taking another call. I think you got like 30 seconds left, but
Another call, so there is others?
I know that God can lead me on how to write this thing up to get it back, and I just thank you for helping me and just go into that discovery. I mean, you don't have to do it, but you're doing it, and I just believe that you got some information on your heart that's really gonna break this thing open too.
Good. We're with you.
All right, he got cut off.
All right. Okay.
Do they talk?
Next time that you need me to come online, Anna, do this. Call me, and then if I don't answer, immediately text me.
Okay.
So I have to tell you, my phone screws up sometimes, and I don't want to miss a call or a text. So just as a backup plan.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything we need to talk about?
Nope. I'm just gonna call his parents now and let them know.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Just stay in touch with me.
I wonder if it's a private investigator for Chris.
I will. And if he calls back and wants to talk again, then I'll just text you or call you.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay.
So definitely interesting that the man still is trying to get out. I mean, this clip was from how long ago? 7 months ago. But the call itself could have been even more back in the history books. I think he's going to try to keep getting out because he thinks he's a better man. The deed is done. He's not going to hurt anybody else. That's a crock of crap. The man needs to pay for his time, as in somebody else, but we need to prove that. So let me know your guys' thoughts on the whole jail call with the private investigator. For those that think of Team Chris, there are people that are lingering. If you're here watching this, tell me why you think Chris deserves to be out. And for those people that think on the other spectrum that he is right where he needs to be, comment your guys' thoughts why Chris needs to be in prison or where he should actually be. I think that'll be interesting to see in the comments. But make sure, again, you guys be respectful of each other, be positive. No need for bullying. Plus, I'll block and delete those messages if they are of any of that volition. So, with that being said, I thank you guys for being here. Please take care. Be safe. As always, keep nerding on, and we will see you guys in the next video.